Barry, for a 2-minute round fight, it has generated absolutely enormous interest, this one. What do you want from your man in this fight?
I want him to get through it safely, and I want him to win. And I think he can do both. He's capable enough. He's a novice heavyweight, and I never pretended that he was anything other than that. But so is Richard Dawson, despite the fact that he got annoyed with me in the press conference. The truth is, having had 2 fights and 1 unlicensed fight, he's still a novice heavyweight. He's a handful of amateur fights. So I've picked an opponent who I believe is suitable. He's 23 years old, he's 6'2", he's 240 pounds. So he's a genuine heavyweight and a genuine threat. But the whole objective about this whole discovery, and call it discovery if you want, was that he would actually have the experience of just a little element of what a fighter goes through.
There's a massive difference though, as you know, between doing the training, losing the weight, the diet, and everything like that, and then when that bell goes, and it's your first pro fight.
We gave him a trial contest with 10-ounce gloves in front of about 100 people in a gym in Belfast where we could control it and not somebody stuck a camera on it and put it on the internet. So we actually went through that. He boxed a guy with 6 white collar bouts, so experienced guy in that, and he done very well. He actually boxed better in that fight than he boxed in any of them. So it sort of reminds me that he actually is a big occasion guy. Sometimes in sparring he hasn't been motivated and we've had to pump him up and get him through rounds where he hasn't looked good and he hasn't been doing the things we've been asking him. But this is normal. These are all the normal things, and any boxing coach out there will understand that it's just little small movements and changes as he gets towards this fight.
Do you see this as a one-off for Freddie Flintoff?
No, I don't think he's worked this hard to stop after one fight. I think he has ambitions of fighting in America. He wants to go to Vegas, but he's been very clever and very right in saying that I'm not looking past tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is the be-all and end-all. And you're right, and there's the jeopardy. We've done all the training and we've gone through all the rounds, and you've been in this game a long time and one of the most respected names in the business, Jim. So you understand what it's like. The difference when he walks from that dressing room to the ring is the big anomaly for us. We don't know how he's going to react, because it's different walking out in front of a crowd when you're going to play something you've done all your life. Different when you're going to do something you've done for 4.5 months. That's the difference, and that is what I'm worried about. I'm concerned about it too. But I think we've got him in a good place mentally, and physically he looks incredible. He's never weighed his light since he was 16
He's almost
years
lost
old.
too much weight for a heavyweight, isn't he?
Well, he if we didn't stop him, and we've been giving him complex carbohydrates in the last week, if we didn't stop him, he'd be a cruiserweight. So it's just the work and what the boxing training shreds you, and then of course the diet thing is the most. And Shane has done a magnificent job with him.
Just answer finally, Barry, the critics who say that this whole escapade is bad for the sport of boxing, brings it into disrepute.
That is absolute nonsense. That is absolutely the opposite, because what it does is this guy has been a lifelong boxing fan. He came down to me doing a depression documentary 1.5 years ago. We went on the pads with him, and Shane took him on the pads, and Shane showed him how to throw the right hand properly. I made the mistake of saying to him, you know, in another life you could have been a heavyweight fighter. And then he came back to Shane training, and then the story unfolded and he said, I want to fight. And I said, well, do you want to do an amateur, white collar, or do you want to box professionally? Because the truth is, those little thin amateur head guards, whether it's white collar or amateur, it's the same as getting hit on the head with a big heavyweight. If somebody 100 kilos hits you on the head, it's going to hurt. So you may as well do it properly and do it. And if you really want to get an example of what the game is like, then let's do it properly. So that's what we've done. We haven't dissed the sport. If anything, we have doffed our hat and paid respect to it.
Just one thing in his favour, as a cricketer, his hand-eye coordination must be fantastic.
Well, his hand-eye coordination in cricket, I'm sure, was brilliant. And I'm not a cricket fan, and he knows that already. But in boxing, he's got long arms. And when he extends with his right hand, when he puts it through, he hits very, very hard. And if he throws it in the form of an uppercut, which he's suddenly, you know, this is what it's like with the heavyweight. Suddenly he's starting to throw the uppercut properly. In the last 4 days, we were in the Hatton gym the other day. on a penultimate training session, and he landed an uppercut. And Shane looked across at me and said to Freddie, "Where did that come from?" So, you know, these little things starting to slot into place. So we hope they'll all slot into place on Friday night.
And just a word about the top of the bill, a really tasty Commonwealth welterweight title fight that you've got.
You know, I love boxing. I'm still passionate about it. Like you, I love it from the grounds route up to the top. These two kids are at the improving stages. Denton Vassell, carved out of stone, just a ball of muscle, great little fighter. Ronnie Heffron, an emerging talent, tremendous talent, and they just go like that, and it's going to be a hell of a fight, and it's a 50-50 fight, so it's a fabulous main event, because that's what it is. Ours is just 4-2s. Freddie might be more popular, widely known than anybody else, but the reality is the main event is Denton Vassell against Ronnie Heffron for the Commonwealth welterweight title, and I can't wait to see it.
Look forward to seeing them both on BoxNation. Thanks very much,
Thanks,
Gary.
Jim.
Thanks.